Hey Sagittarius, how are you? I hope that you are doing so well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina or Sinfulpluto. Today we're going to be getting into your February 2020 monthly predictions. So this is going to apply to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, before I get into it, I just want to say very quickly, please take this all with a grain of salt. This is a general reading, so not everything is going to apply. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Take this all with a grain of salt. I think I just said that. What else? Use your discernment and your critical thinking, and most of all, enjoy. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get into the oracle card that I pulled for you before filming, and then we'll get into the tarot. The card that fell out for you, Sagittarius, for the month of February 2020 is Star Family, and it says, you are part of a team of souls. Call in support. All right, so February 2020 might be a time where you need to call in your friends, family, or anyone that you are very close with, anyone that you know that you can trust for help, for advice, for anything like that. It might be that, in February you feel isolated, or you feel that you are finding yourself trying to impress other people, that you are trying to, get the attention of other people when you literally have a team of people, who are rooting for you and who love you, So be mindful of trying to impress others that probably don't like you in this coming month. Be mindful of, trying to appease the wrong group and trying to be like part of like the it group or something like that, when there is a group of people who is created specifically for you and your needs, and is willing and open and receptive to loving you and being loved by you and all of that sort of stuff. So I feel like this is saying how, first of all, you are not alone, and you were never going to be alone, and that there is a team of people, a team of souls, who has your best interest at heart. And I feel like this is something that you will intuitively know. And I would be mindful of this throughout the month, and be careful of, confiding in people that you shouldn't be confiding in, or, trusting in people that you shouldn't really be trusting, or anything like that. If you know that, there's a vibe that's like not even like a weird vibe, but if you just know deep down, like, that someone isn't really for you, that really doesn't see you the way that you deserve to be seen, don't relay any sort of like personal information to them, or, like let them get too close or anything like that, So that's kind of what I feel for you in February. Let's just go ahead and see what we have for the tarot. All right. So what is in store for Sagittarius February 2020? What does Sagittarius need to know? Ooh, the Empress fell out. You could be dealing with the Taurus or Libra, or just Venusian energy in general, feeling very creative in February. Could be giving there could be like a birth of something new. Not like literally, but figuratively, like the birth of a new idea or a project, something like that. All right, what's in store for Sagittarians February 2020? So Ace of Cups reversed. Ace of Cups reversed, this could be like emotional depletion. This could be feeling just like really emotionally drained, feeling alone, that sort of thing. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So interesting that this comes through, because I was just reading that card. We have the Moon. We have the Three of Cups. We have Justice. Page of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands reversed. All right, so this is kind of a battle between choosing what is comfortable versus choosing what is new and adventurous. And what this spread kind of reads to me as is like kind of a battle between social groups. I don't want to say like a battle, although it very well could be, but like a conflict between social groups, or you feeling conflicted between an old social group that you may have known for a long time. Maybe they're like childhood friends, but you're not all that close to them anymore, or, you've grown apart, or you've just never really been like true friends, like they were there as placeholders, but you never really had a connection, and this was kind of like an unsaid thing between all of you or something along those lines. And then the new social group, which is, you know, a lot more loving and supportive and that sort of thing. So it's interesting how this friend thing comes through with that Star Family card. So we have the Ace of Cups reversed and the Three of Pentacles reversed, which to me kind of talks about an emotional dissatisfaction with the friends that you surround yourself with, or with your colleagues, with your coworkers, with like the people like in your immediate environment, people that you see on a regular basis is kind of what it feels like. With the Three of Pentacles reversed, the Three of Pentacles reversed also talks about like a lack of collaboration, a lack of cooperation, like disharmony, not seeing eye to eye. It could also potentially be someone who's putting in all of the work while the other two people aren't really doing much. So someone is putting more effort into the friendship than other people. And that could be why you are feeling so emotionally depleted, because you feel like you are giving this friendship your all, whereas these people might not be doing the same. They might not be reciprocating your energy. It might feel like, you know, like those group projects where someone is left doing all of the work. That's kind of what it feels like. And like the other two people are kind of indifferent, or they don't really care. That's kind of what it feels like to me with this Three of Pentacles reversed. So it leads like this to this emotional loss, or this emotional depletion, because you've poured so much of yourself into this and you're not being reciprocated. It just feels like emotionally draining, these people. And I have the Moon card here, so you could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. But I think that this is saying how intuitively you know that you were just not happy with this situation, you were not happy with everything. But also maybe this could just be that you feel kind of anxiety surrounding this, or confusion, or even like paranoia, because things might feel very unclear. You don't really know how to feel, you don't really know what to expect, or like how things are really supposed to be going, or anything like that. It kind of just feels like you just can't see clearly. You can't see through the fog. You can't see through the darkness, but you can feel like inside of you, deep inside of you, what is going on. But like not being able to see it physically might be something that is confusing you and creating that sense of anxiety. But I feel like with this Moon card, that's kind of saying how you feel confused as to why things are the way that they are with this group of people, whether it's like actual friends, colleagues, co-workers, classmates, whatever this is. It just feels like you're mad confused about why like this dynamic is like this. I want to clarify this card actually. So why do we have the Moon here? Can we clarify this Moon? Like, what's going on? What's tea? And I feel with the Three of Cups, you may have already met people, or you are going to meet people in February who are actually really good for you, and like who actually love you and all of that sort of stuff. And they feel like, that scared me. They feel like home. They feel like family, right? And I feel that you're paying more attention to them. But it could be that you're kind of at a crossroads right now, because you don't want to have to let go of these people, whether it's because of like sentimental value, or because these people didn't really like do anything wrong, quote unquote. But you're just like overall dissatisfied with the way that things are. Or that sort of thing. Maybe you just like feel stuck with them. Maybe you feel that they are restricting you in some way. Whatever the case might be, it just feels like you met new people, or a new person, a new friend, and you really like them. But the Two of Wands reversed as the overall energy is kind of like this whole conflict in terms of like whether you want to continue being friends with the old people, or if you kind of like want to let them go because they're not really doing anything for you, and go towards these new people who actually seem incredibly balancing for you and are objectively a lot better for you. So the card that fell out is Strength reversed, to clarify this Moon card. So this is talking about a lack of self-discipline. This is also talking about self-doubt. So maybe this to me is talking about like not really knowing yourself. So maybe you feel like you don't really know yourself outside of this old group of people. Maybe you don't know who you are. You don't know what your identity is outside of these people. And so maybe that's why you feel so conflicted with this whole situation, because it's almost like you tied your identity to these people. You have tied everything to these people. So it feels like if they are not in your life, then you are nobody. And I feel like that's kind of a bit of a problem here, because you are somebody outside of them. Your identity isn't that. Your identity is your own person. Like, you are your own individual. You are your own, like, sentient being, right? You are not them. And I feel that this new group of people is going to help balance that out. And I feel like it's going to help you kind of look at things objectively and realize that you can be somebody without this old people. You don't have to keep them around for sentimental values or to make you feel important for whatever the case might be, or whatever this is, right? And I have the Eight of Swords reversed, which talks about liberation and freedom. So I think this is also talking about how, you know, you might have been complacent in this friendship or in whatever dynamic this was. You might have been complacent or felt like, you know, everything is completely out of your control, and that there's nothing that you can do about it. It feels like you kind of just accepted it the way that it was, and you were like, okay, well, these are just going to be the friends for the rest of my life. These are going to be the people that I'm surrounding myself with for the rest of my life. There's nothing that I can do about it. And when the case is that you can change your circumstances. You can change the people that you surround yourself with. You can change all of that if you choose to do so. I feel that you were really being pushed to take on that liberation and kind of push yourself out of that mental block that you put yourself in, that mental prison that you put yourself in, because, you know, you were not a prisoner. Like, you are not, like, being complacent just wouldn't really help you. Like, you have a choice in what goes on in your life, you know, to a certain extent. So that's kind of really what it feels like. And I feel like it's a time to no longer run away from this and to kind of just go along with this whole situation that's happening. And I feel like this new group of people, whoever they are, whether it's coworkers, colleagues, friends, or whoever, right? However this might relate to you. I feel like these new people with this Justice card, I feel like these people balance you out. I feel like these people help you see things objectively. I think by knowing this Three of Cups energy, you get to objectively see how this Three of Pentacles reverse just isn't serving you, isn't working out for you. Just isn't, you know, it's not working out in your favor. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're going to push you to take accountability for yourself and to show you that you do have a choice, that you do have a say in these matters, you know? Let's further clarify this Justice card. I literally had, oh my God, the Seven of Wands reversed fell out. So this to me is saying how you gave up way too quickly. So some of you, you know, you might be meeting new people or something, but you kind of didn't really give it a fair shot, or you haven't given it a fair shot thus far. Because you're like, well, I've already met my people. I've already met the group of people that I'm gonna be friends with for the rest of my life, or whatever the case is. And you're like, oh, well, you know, I don't have to like look for more friends or whatever. And the Seven of Wands reverse is saying that you're not giving these people a fair shot. You're not giving the situation a fair shot. You're not giving this community a fair shot. You're giving up way too quickly. That sort of thing. And it could be like you don't want to admit that, you know, you did minimum effort, you put in the bare minimum, said, oh, well, I tried, when it's like, did you really though? Like, did you really try? Or are you just saying that to feel better? Are you just saying that to soothe your ego? All right, let's further clarify this Justice card. Card flipped over. Page of Pentacles. Love that. All right. So, Justice clarified by the Page of Pentacles. I feel like this new friendship or whatever dynamic this is, I feel like it's something very good for you, and I feel like it's going to help you plant certain seeds in your life. I feel like it's going to really help kind of pursue any sort of like entrepreneurial ideas that you have, or just really help you like ground yourself, especially because I have the Page of Cups here, which, you know, like, based off of imagery alone, it just feels like the Page of Cups isn't very grounded. The Page of Cups is just all over the place. Their energy is all over. Like, physically they're here, but energetically they're all over the place. Like, they're over there, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like these people are going to help ground you, and I feel like they're going to help kind of bring things into tangibility. And I feel like this new group of people is going to help bring your creativity, your ideas, your idealism, so to speak, your artistry into a reality, because Cups is all emotion. And like, this to me just feels like very Pisces. This to me feels like clouds. This feels like fog. This feels like scattered, sort of, and not necessarily scattered, because if it was scattered then it would be reversed, but this to me just like feels like ideas, right? It feels like concepts, something intangible. But with the Page of Pentacles, this to me feels like bringing those intangible things into the physical world, but making them tangible. So that's really what I have for you. Let's clarify. Is there anything else I want to clarify? No, let's just see what else, what other messages do we need to share to Sagittarius? What other messages does Sagittarius need to know? What else does Sagittarius need to know about February 2020? What should they be aware of? What should they expect? Any parting messages? Any parting messages for my Sagittarians? All right, we got a card that fell out. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands reversed. The Fool. What did I say, brother? Okay, so parting message for you, Sag. Take a leap of faith, all right? Don't be scared to explore your options. Don't be scared to explore this Three of Cups energy, whether it's actual friends or a community or some sort of like artistry thing or whatever it is that feels good, feels great, feels, you know, awesome. Don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. When you trust in the universe, you will be kind of like rewarded for that, and you will be protected. And I feel like it's kind of a time for you to step out of your own like complacency and to realize that you don't have to be this way all of the time. You don't have to be so emotionally drained, trying to appease other people, trying to impress other people, trying to make other people happy. You know, that's just not the vibe. That's just not the wave. So take on a little bit of like Aries, Aquarian energy with this Fool card and take that leap of faith. You know, have absolutely no expectations. Don't build up any sort of expectations throughout the month of February, okay? Just go along for the ride, go on for the adventure, and I'm sure that is not something that is difficult for you. So just enjoy yourself, okay? And with the Two of Wands reversed, it could be that like you see, sorry, I'm like moving around. You see what you can have because you see other people living out that dream, right? But you're still here tying yourself down. So it's entirely up to you to snip off like those ties and free yourself and do the thing that everyone else is doing or doing the thing that you see other people doing. And if it means going out and socializing with new people or partying or being more extroverted or whatever it is for you, Sagittarius, whatever this is, you have the power to do that. You have the power to free yourself. Take that leap of faith. Have no expectations, okay? So with that being said, I hope this resonates. I hope it was helpful for you in some way. I would love to hear any of your feedback in the comments down below. And give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at Sinfulpluto.com. Hit the bell notification to know when I upload my videos. And if you want to find me on social media, you can do so at Sinfulpluto on Twitter and Instagram. All right. So with that being said, I'll talk to you later.